Here, let's go with Riker. Let's go right again, because they definitely won't be expecting that.
All right, guys, we got you jumping right into the action here. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulty getting the stream started. We should be good on Facebook and on YouTube. Go ahead and drop us a like, give us a comment, let us know who you're excited to see today. We got Moonshiners versus Infra-Red to start the day, and then our second match will contain the Contractors versus Bad Batch. So these are actually going to be some pretty interesting matchups today. I think there's some pretty even playing field. We've seen Moonshiners, I think, pretty much dominate most of their games those last few weeks. So let's see how they hold up against Infra-Red.
Maybe it's like out of whack. Where's Riker? Let's go this way. Where's Riker? Oh gosh, this way.
He's weak. He's weak.
This way. Oh my gosh! Holy crap!
All right, everybody. We are into the action here. Moonshiners versus Infra-Red. It looks like halfway into the round, Infra-Red is off to an amazing start. Thanks for starting the broadcast. Shout out to Chris, the tournament organizer and owner, or the league organizer and owner of Tactical Tag Yakima, for that awesome intro. Moving along, we're heading into the halfway point of this match, and Infra-Red is up 24 to -3. You can see Gavin is sporting an incredible 7-2 performance for the Assault, demonstrating some amazing frontline gameplay. Looking at Mr. Moon here, rotating around the right-hand side. Gonna find some trouble from behind the wall, directly behind where Mr. Moon came from.
Good job, Justin.
And sent back to spawn. That engagement happening on blue team's left-hand side. We're going to look over to Fear on Infra-Red, sneaking into the center room, establishing that angle on the center doorway upstairs, holding down that blue spawn angle. If anybody tries to move into that back L wall, they're going to have some trouble. Looking over at Mr. Moon, circling around downstairs, heading directly up into green spawn, looking for an aggressive push. Unknown if they're going to find anything. One member of Moonshiners pushing up into the fray here. Mr. Moon waiting for multiple members of Infra-Red to respawn, it seems, and rotating back, respecting the spawn kill.
One down, one down.
We're going to look at Fear over on Infra-Red. Forced to rotate back, exchanging some shots with an unknown target. Being sent back with 40 HP now. Mr. Moon on the right-hand side of blue, rotating back to spawn through the back right stairwell. Mr. Moon being forced to respawn now. Gonna take a look over at Fear. Sneaking into that center room, a very powerful position. You can see Infra-Red establishing a dominant position over that top side center room. That is going to be incredibly important when analyzing their performance in this match, is recognizing how imperative it is to hold that upstairs center room in your offensive strategies, especially when you're playing on green side. It is important that you prevent yourself from being locked into spawn. And speaking of being locked into spawn, Fear sent straight back to spawn after a failed push. Moonshiners stealing a little bit of that loss back, but it's not going to be enough. Infra-Red up 44 points to Moonshiners -7. Now Moonshiners have a minute to steal this game back, but it is going to take a miracle for that to happen at this point. Moonshiners have no idea that they are this far behind at this time, fighting valiantly as they are. Speaking of Mr. Moon, putting multiple shots into a target in the center room. It looks like Fear forced out by Mr. Moon, poking into the center room with the shotgun. Finally tagged out by a member of Infra-Red. Some excellent sportsmanship there. We're going to look over to Fear's camera now, respawning with the team, rotating in with Gavin as me and others. Looking for some trouble, and trouble they'll find. Fear pushing directly into the back left corner of blue spawn. Mr. Moon taking some damage, pushed back in that engagement. Fear in that front right pocket in the center room. If you are on green team, that is the most powerful position on the map. Blue needs to deny Fear that position, and deny it they will. Mr. Moon and one other teammate rotating through and sending Fear directly back to spawn. Mr. Moon pushing into that center pocket now. Now rotating back around the doorway. Looking into the center pocket, is going to catch the sniper off guard. Envy this, killed at the last second. Some excellent gameplay there out of Mr. Moon, but it was not enough. Infra-Red are going to take the first round of Week 5 Team Deathmatch.
Maybe swap.
We're not negative. Okay, so was I easy to die because I was getting shot by multiple people? Good job.
Hey guys, headband lights are all working good and everything?
Yeah. As far as I know. Hey, good job, dude.
Not really that amazing.
Good job.
Mr. Moon, you had a little bit of a slow start there. What happened, man?
Chris, what did the update do exactly?
Nothing to your guns.
Okay, something feels off. I don't know what it is.
Awesome stuff. Again, Infra-Red taking the first round over Moonshiners, but Moonshiners will have plenty of opportunities to fire back. Let's go ahead and jump into our rules and talk about the game mode that is going on right now. It is a head-to-head team deathmatch, and the team with the most kills wins. Each 5-player team must have an assault, a support, a sniper, a demo, and a medic. The sniper is going to have a knife capable of killing any player within melee range in one shot. The demolition is going to have a grenade able to kill many players in a wide radius instantly, and the medic is going to have a med kit. It has 20 charges that must be budgeted for the entire set, but each of those charges is capable of restoring everybody near it to full health. Unlimited respawns, and all respawns are going to be active. Each kill is worth 2 points, while each death is going to subtract 1 point, making each kill worth a 3-point swing. The game time is going to be 8 minutes, and when the players are gearing up for the next round, we're going to go ahead and take it over to them.
There was a couple of times you were standing still, and I was sitting there pre-firing you. Like, as I was coming around the corner, it never hit you, and then you pulled the trigger and went behind the wall, and then it killed me, and I'm like, that was delayed.
And by the way, their pistol will shoot at me from the opposite corner.
Dude, he just has that cusp. Where's Brennan?
Good job, guys. Good job.
Did you want to start downstairs and rush behind him?
Always middle window.
No.
So here's another thing is they're running shotgun assault together. So be careful because if their assault,
Okay.
because I was gonna say because
Should we see if they can
if
push
their
us?
assault hits you a couple of times, shotgun.
And we are off. Both players starting round 2. Infra-Red and Moonshiners. Now the Infra-Red took round 1 quite handily, but Moonshiners have the green side now. Are they going to be able to take it back? We will see. Mr. Moon pushing forward to the left-hand side wall straight away. Going to find some trouble, taking a little bit of damage. Doesn't appear to know where the shots are coming from. In the meantime, Fear has pushed up the right-hand side. It is now crouched behind the L wall on blue spawn. Infra-Red now holding a solid defensive position. You can see I Am Groot crouched behind the barrel. The medic ready to heal the team. Now Mr. Moon in the middle of combat, trapped in spawn with a number of other Moonshiners. Infra-Red slowly encroaching on their position. Moonshiners are in a dangerous position here. If they happen to get trapped inside of spawn, things could get bad. This is exactly what blue team wants to be doing. Trap green team in their spawn upstairs, force them to fight downstairs where they are at a disadvantage. Infra-Red is employing that strategy here, but they are only 1 kill over Moonshiners a minute into the match.
Watch this right side.
Looking at Exterminator for the Moonshiners, the medic running dangerously low on HP. The teams opting to trade a little bit more with each other. Less pushes going on. However, Fear laying damage into somebody on the far wall and turning the corner directly into some gunfire. Looks like Exterminator going to knock Fear out, sending him directly back to spawn. Moonshiners creeping out ahead of Infra-Red, just 1 point, but Infra-Red is going to steal it straight back. Moonshiners able to secure another kill, bringing the score to 3-2 in their favor. Awesome Possum with a 3-0 KD ratio, but going to get cleaned up quickly by Gavin is Meat from Infra-Red, sporting a 3-1 KD ratio as well. Looking at Fear on the left-hand side now, making an aggressive push towards Mr. Moon. Mr. Moon is forced into the L wall. That is a dangerous position to be in. There is no place to rotate but back into spawn or around directly into Fear. Either option for retreat leaves you vulnerable to Fear's push, but Fear doesn't see Mr. Moon rotate out. Mr. Moon healed up back at spawn now. Able to push through now that Fear has been cleaned up by a sniper shot.
I don't have the range.
Jake Sparrow with a 2-1 KD ratio. Working to keep people out of spawn while Mr. Moon advances up the right-hand side. Mr. Moon trying some cheeky jump shot tactics, and it's not going to work there, unfortunately. Mr. Moon eliminated in that engagement on the right-hand side. Gonna take a look over at Fear, pushing up Blue's right-hand side, circling back into the center top room, putting damage on target, turning back to the Green's left-hand defensive wall, where he was taking damage, able to get a couple more shots on target before being taken out himself. Fear with a 2-4 KD ratio, having a little bit of a rough game here.
One in the middle window.
Mr. Moon, of course, being the tip of the spear for Moonshiners, sporting an 0-3 KD ratio, but if you look at the stats, I'm sure the damage is going to tell you that he's putting work in.
Sniper dead in spawn.
You see Mr. Moon in an engagement on the right-hand side, pushed by the assault and catching somebody in the center off guard.
Behind again on left side.
Getting a little 2-for-1 with the shotgun. Some tremendous damage there. 100 damage with 1 trigger pull is always nice, but forced out by the team shooting. Mr. Moon sent back to respawn and now back up on the right-hand side, engaging another target, and they're going to go down. Mr. Moon sends back local liability, and now Infra-Red are the ones in a vulnerable position. Mr. Moon pushed all the way forward onto the right-hand side, but taken out by a sniper shot. Now Moonshiners running dangerously low on HP, and with only 3 people on their team, they need to retreat and regroup for another push. Infra-Red have a lead, but it's not as solid as they want. I am certain they are not comfortable with a lead like this. Infra-Red only up 6 points. Moonshiners only 3 kills away from snatching the game out from under him.
He ran back.
Approaching 3 minutes left in the match, Mr. Moon finding themselves in a dangerous position, barely making it around the corner with 30 HP. Calls for the medic. The heals are incoming, and there they are. Mr. Moon topped off to full HP. You're going to see Fear coming up on the right-hand side now, engaging with almost everybody lined up on that wall with Mr. Moon. Fear pushed up on the right-hand side, is taking way too much trade, needs to rotate back to the center where the teammates are. Mr. Moon pushing up the right-hand side now, looking to establish some leverage, maybe a little bit of hammer and anvil technique. We're going to see Mr. Moon flank all the way around the far side, but Fear is there covering that line. If Mr. Moon takes another two steps forward, he would be within Fear's line of sight, but Fear decides to abandon that angle and circles back around the Moonshiners spawn. This is going to buy time for Moonshiners to make a play. Infra-Red are down 7 to Moonshiners 13 points. At the 2-minute warning, Moonshiners are ahead. Fear pushing directly onto the spawn is going to knock one member of Moonshiners out, but is knocked out in return. Or maybe not. CERN barely escaping from that one, but knocked out shortly after. CERN having a bit of a difficult game with a 1-in-8 KD ratio. Moonshiners holding on nonetheless. Mr. Moon trading with multiple targets, but going down in the meantime. Still tons of damage onto Infra-Red. Moonshiners looking for an opportunity to push. They need one good push to take the lead back. Infra-Red are up 18-9. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. This game has been going back and forth, but Moonshiners do have a solid chance of taking it. Taking a look over at the scoreboard, Awesome Possum is doing awesome here. Speaking of awesome, Mr. Moon looking to make a push all the way around the right-hand side. Into the center room, finds Fear, puts a little bit of damage on target, and is going to find the kill. Fear sent back to spawn by Mr. Moon. Mr. Moon escaping with 40 HP, healing back up to 50, still in a little bit of a precarious position. Gonna hang out at spawn for a moment. Fear able to catch a respawn and push immediately back into the center room, catching fire almost immediately from that angle. Fear down to 70 HP, down to 30 HP, finding a little bit of trouble, rotating back, able to put shots back towards the target in his defense, but is going down in that engagement. On the left, Mr. Moon in trouble with multiple members of Moonshiners pinned down inside the spawn. Mr. Moon is looking for the downstairs flank, still at full health, gonna circle around and slap that ammo. Rotating back up through the stairs. Mr. Moon now with full ammo, ready to make a push. We're gonna see what happens here. Fear finds himself downstairs as well. Gonna catch that downstairs respawn beacon with 10 seconds left. We have Mr. Moon making a flank kill, eliminating Gavin is handily. And that is going to be the end of the match. Moonshiners unfortunately unable to steal that one from Infra-Red. Moonshiners are going to take the L in round 2, but just barely. Unfortunate. Looking at Awesome Possum, what an incredible game. You can see Awesome Possum with a 10-5 KD ratio, absolutely fantastic. And mirroring that from Infra-Red, Gavin is neat with a 10-5 KD ratio. Fantastic display of talent from both teams here. We're going to go ahead and give our sponsors some time on the screen for a moment while we prepare for the Search and Destroy match. If you like what you are seeing, if you like the content, go ahead and drop a like, a comment, or a subscription if we've earned it. It is greatly appreciated. If you would like to get involved, check out our website at tacticaltag.com or check us out on Facebook at Tactical Tag Yakima. And right now, this game, we have Moonshiners versus Infra-Red Union. This is an exciting match. Moonshiners showing that they do have what it takes to take down Infra-Red Union. Unfortunately, they are 0-2 on the scoreboard, but that could change during the Search and Destroy rounds coming up. After that, scheduled for around 7 p.m., we have Contractors versus Bad Batch. Stay tuned for that. That is going to be an exciting match. And again, we need to give a shout out to all of these local businesses that have chosen to sponsor our league and our awesome players. E.Z Tiger, Sundance Espresso, Lone Star Ranch House Restaurant, Ray's Retail Meats, Yakima Family Fun Center, Design 47, The Barn Door, and The Range. Thank you so much for your continued support. You enable us to make this an awesome experience for the players and for our audience. Again, thank you so much. In just a couple minutes here, we are going to be gearing up for Moonshiners versus Infra-Red Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy is an exciting mode we have been waiting for some time. It is SWAT versus terrorists. Each player on these 5-player teams must run a different gun class. Terrorists must successfully plant the bomb in a predetermined location within 2 minutes and see it through a 3-minute detonation. There are 3 lives per player. Terrorists must spawn furthest from the plant site, and the SWAT have to spawn next furthest. If the bomb transport dies, they must set the bomb down immediately. It can then later be retrieved by the bomb transport and planted. The game time is only 5 minutes, and with a life limit, we see either fast, frenetic gameplay or calculated moves and measures. We are going to see what these teams have in store for us here in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. All right, the players are momentarily being briefed on the search and destroy mode. It is a little bit of a complex mode, so they just need to be reassured as to how it works before we begin. Now coming up, we got Moonshiners versus Infra-Red. Some interesting gameplay coming up. We've seen Moonshiners play some very offensive gameplay with this mode in the past, but I think versus Infra-Red, they may have to adopt a more defensive strategy. Infra-Red is a very, very competent, calculated team, and they certainly have a plan. They certainly have a strategy. They are going to be able to keep Moonshiners on the back foot. And today's game is just going to be a measure of how well Moonshiners are able to handle that. Now, we've seen some excellent gameplay today from Mr. Moon, and in the past, incredible performances from Awesome Possum and Jake Sparrow, and an incredible performance from Awesome Possum today. Moonshiners have to pull off 3 consecutive wins to steal this set. We're going to see
I guess I can.
if they can do it.
I'd say easy. Wanna who?
Moving into the planning phase.
Because hey, shotgun's harder to hit objective points. So I can do it.
No offense to you guys, but
Okay, that's fine.
you're a powerhouse, and so they're probably going to so that I feel so
Yeah, great job.
hey, you ever played close-up?
All I know is that I'm getting dumped on again.
This could be whatever your option is. They start at upper blue.
Is deactivating is the same function as activating?
Yeah, you hold the button down and shoot.
I wasn't watching Sundance Espresso very much, so if I'm not sure, I should meet that. All right, so you guys want this? No, it's all right. Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say, am I the only one that's really been called for meds other than Justin at one time?
Actually worked really good, and I don't know why.
Hey, by the way, I know there was one time you were, I think, healing yourself, and I pushed up in the middle, and it got me right as I went in. So I was like, awesome, because I was like, I didn't notice I was at 40 health as I was running in, and then I was like, thanks for the patch up. I'm like, oh, I'm good now.
But then it's right in the middle. You can see it from But we could just do the same thing and have it right there. Then it's defended.
Well, all I know is every time I shot at sniper, It was like a delay reaction because I'd like sit there and I'd be shooting at him and not hitting him, and then all of a sudden like he would like shoot and turn the corner. I would die, and then his headband would light up, and I'm like,
down the stairs. Who's running it?
Alright, so who's your guys' mom?
I can carry it.
what?
You can
No,
run
it's
it.
4.
You can run it. And when you set it down,
Who's your guys' bomb tech?
set it like sideways right here. It's less noticeable. Whoa.
No, set it down on its back.
He thought he was gonna get it with that.
Who's your bomb tech? You're the bomb tech.
They can all shoot bombs at me, so I can just pop them.
So remember, you got to set it down because you have to be able to attack that. It's not like it used to be.
Wait, we don't have to do anything with it though.
Push your grenade button,
Oh,
or is
we
that
have to
their
rearm
grenade
it.
button?
Like we have to defuse it.
I can arm it.
Or no, we have to refuse it. Oh right, I forgot that you have to arm it too. Oh, I need my grenade.
So real quick.
They don't. They don't need the grenade.
He's the only one down. Like, the last one standing, that's not.
We just killed them. Kill. Well, or we just kill the person carrying the bomb. Which I bet you it's gonna be pistol.
And then come down here.
I bet your pistol is gonna be the
Because you
carrier.
gotta protect it afterwards. It's not just about. It's not just.
Either gonna be pistol or shotgun.
Yeah. So maybe we chill up there for a second. But then they can determine where it's gonna be. We have to get down here. I feel like we all just rush down here. We all just rush
Oh,
down
are
here.
we using
As fast as we can,
heels?
all 5 of us.
Oh God, no! No!
Yeah, definitely all 5 of us just rush
Oh, we
straight
just
down
had an
the stairs.
epic fail.
You slap it down in that corner and call it onto it.
He was sitting down, and I kept hearing a beeping. I was like, "What is that beeping?" And I looked at Drew. It's like,
What are you doing, man?
wasting.
And you told me to keep the grenade in my pocket.
Yeah, his med kit was going off.
If the neck goes off the pocket, my grenade will.
Oh man. Well, see, and I was sitting there, and I was like, "What is that beeping?" Upstairs. So it's either it's either downstairs green or downstairs. Too late. Yeah.
Next week.
Yes, we have to start closest. They have to start the furthest away.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah. Prove you're better.
And that is it for the planning phase. It looks like both teams have chosen their plant locations.
Riker?
You want both of us?
Wait, you have to stay in here.
Okay, just me.
The Moonshiners has chosen their plant location, and they are going to play incredibly aggressively, running directly down towards it, running into some trouble at the stairs. Mr. Moon forced to duck behind the barrels, shooting upwards at those targets, but he's got the shotgun, that high pressure weapon. It's gonna get it done. The Moonshiners are planting the bomb. A bit of a difficult position. Fear is gonna push in around the barrels, but is punished for it. Fear reduced to 0 HP. The Moonshiners are holding their own for now. Only 3 deaths to Infra-Red's 3 deaths. Mr. Moon sitting on the bomb, holding it down. Lots of trouble for Mr. Moon and CERN. Multiple members of Infra-Red pushing in onto the bomb at the base of the stairs. Fear rotating through the center room behind the barrels where the power-up spawner is located. In the center of the downstairs area of the tactical tag arena, Mr. Moon pushing into the center is going to be sent back, or holding down the center is going to be sent back after an engagement with multiple people. It looks like the Moonshiners are slightly behind in terms of lives, but they do have the bomb planted. Mr. Moon rushing down into danger, but is caught at the base of the stairs, shut down by somebody camping directly in front of the bomb. Looking over at Fear's camera, things are getting dangerous for Infra-Red. That bomb is planted. They don't know where, but they're gonna find out where it is and disarm it before the timer runs out.
Freaking nice. Nobody Everybody likes you, Knife.
or they will lose the round. If Infra-Red want to secure their win here, they have to disarm that bomb now. In the meantime, Mr. Moon has been eliminated for a third time, is sent back for the final time. In the Exterminator, Awesome Possum and CERN eliminated for the third time as well. It looks like it is down to just Jake Sparrow for the Moonshiners. Infra-Red has Gavin is me and Local Liability and Envy this as a tall order for Jake Sparrow.
I had no idea. You're dead.
And that is it. Apparently Jake Sparrow eliminated on the scoreboard. It appeared Jake Sparrow only had 2 deaths.
Bruh. Nobody told me it was only 3 lives. That or I completely missed it somehow.
When I first started, there was only like a minute.
Jake Sparrow still alive. Not certain what happened there, if the bomb detonated or if Moonshiners were eliminated. We're going to go ahead and get some clarification on that, and we'll be right back. All right, and word back from the referees is that was a disarm. Infra-Red are going to go ahead and take that round, having disarmed Moonshiner's bomb. That means that Infra-Red are going to take the match 3-0 versus Moonshiners. Now they are going to play the 4th round for stat tracking purposes.
Oh, they're de-arming them.
So we are going to see that 2nd round of Search and Destroy moving into the planning phase now.
Yeah, you know how to do it.
So I wait 10 seconds. I wait for the bar to go and
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, it's like parallel.
Pull it down until the bar squeezes in. As soon as the bar disappears, don't let it fall above your all.
Yeah, don't.
Arm. Carries. Not carried. I didn't miss the first de-arming.
He's got it himself.
No.
Hey, good job, bro. Like I said, we were so close. Like I didn't want to say nothing too loud because they were right there.
So, Justin, does that go first? You go
So here's the thing. Once we plan it, we want to get in the back of their spawn because then they literally have to come to us. They literally have to come down those stairs. Go those stairs, and no matter what, if they come down the middle stairs, they still gotta come around.
Are in here somewhere.
Yeah.
They have to leave.
Yeah, they're probably gonna break down.
Did you verse them last season?
That's what they did last time.
They did this against us. And they almost beat us a man down. Luci's almost beat us a man down.
I don't think we have 2 spots at
Riker, you want to go left with me?
Hey, now you haven't lost one yet.
Okay, well, we'll scout it out. Or should we just rush downstairs and keep them from putting it down in the first place? Because I think we know that they're going to put it right at the green stairs, you know, at that ammo box. So I feel like we should just try to get down there.
Yeah, that's what
Some interesting conversation out of both teams, but the match has to start. They are out of time for strategy. Moonshiners pushing directly downstairs. It looks like Infra-Red are going to follow. Mr. Moon and others pushing down the right stairwell from spawn. Mr. Moon trapped with one other member of the team inside of that stairwell. Things are dangerous. Exterminator, Awesome Possum, and Jake Sparrow were eliminated almost right away. Infra-Red are in a prime position to make their play. We're going to take a look over at Fear on the camera. What is the plan? Fear is holding down blue team spawn. Downstairs, exercising massive zone of control. Moonshiners are in a dangerous position.
You walk down, distract them. Okay.
It looks like Infra-Red's plan maybe to plant the bomb near blue spawn.
Push, 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 push.
And if so, they're going to try to best Moonshiners at their own game. Moonshiners being a team notorious for defending downstairs on blue side. Infra-Red are going to try to best them at that here. And so far, so good. It looks like not a single member of Infra-Red has fallen. Moonshiners taking a beating. 3 members with 1 death and 2 members on their last life already. We're going to look at Mr. Moon slowly but surely advancing down those right-hand stairs from blue spawn. The stairs are dark. Nobody sees him coming, but Fear is holding the angle nonetheless. Mr. Moon was stepping into a death trap, and out of sheer luck, he rotated away. Mr. Moon now at the top of the green stairs, directing the sniper to a target, acting as a spotter. Great teamwork on behalf of the Moonshiners. Awesome Possum gonna grab a sweet kill from the point of view of the camera. Mr. Moon doing an excellent job as a spotter.
Okay, let's go. Middle side.
Directing the team to rotate with him. We're going to see Infra-Red still holding that downstairs position. 1 member behind the L wall. Fear going to put shots on 1 target at the top of the center stairs near blue ammo box. It's a dangerous position to get caught in. Mr. Moon is not spotted rotating down. Fear's going to have to defend from a massive push incoming. Fear putting multiple shots on targets upstairs. Mr. Moon caught in a little bit of trouble, down to 5 HP, putting shots on target, but it's not going to be enough for the time being. But some backup comes through. Jake Sparrow comes in clutch with 5 HP. Jake Sparrow swings through and cleans up Gavin, his meat, and Fear. Multiple members of Infra-Red now in trouble. Mr. Moon has an opportunity. The Moonshiners have a chance to disarm the bomb. Unfortunately, Mr. Moon was sent back. Jake Sparrow and CERN are going to go down as well. But Exterminator and Awesome Possum are still alive. CERN is down to their last life. Jake Sparrow down to their last life as well. Or CERN is fully eliminated. But it looks like that is the match. Infra-Red
By the way, when you
were able to successfully detonate the bomb, and Moonshiners were unable to defuse it in time. Unfortunate. Some exciting gameplay towards the end there. And Infra-Red winning via objective. Great job, Infra-Red. Great teamwork. Able to beat Moonshiners at their own game, playing downstairs. Fantastically done. Now don't go anywhere. We're going to gear up for a post-match interview if we are able. Again, if you like the content that you're seeing, drop a like, drop a comment, or a subscription if we've earned it. And again, shout out to all of the local businesses you're going to see on screen. They help us make this an awesome experience for the players. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. I am joined by two members of Infra-Red here for the post-match interview. Big shout out to Fear and Local Liability for joining us today. Thanks, you guys, for the awesome match. What are your first thoughts after such an awesome victory? You 4-0'd those guys.
Yeah, it definitely was cardio, that's for sure.
It's fun playing Moonshiners because it's always kind of back-to-back because they are one of the teams that run a lot, so we have to run a lot to keep up.
Right. It's always about pushing that middle and the
Right.
battle for the middle.
The battle for the middle, and that's something that we actually definitely showcased here today, especially with your gameplay. Just controlling that top center room is so paramount to victory, especially with a play style like your guys' is just that exercise zone control. Fantastic job today. Let's talk about the team death matches. The first one was a blowout. How did you guys feel after that first match?
Personally, it felt like it went quick, and it felt like I got whipped. And then it took the second team deathmatch for me to actually click back in, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the second one then, because the first one was rather uneventful. That was a that was a win, pretty obviously. But let's get into the second one where it was quite a bit more back and forth. You guys only beat them by 1 kill, in terms of score difference there. Let's talk about that match because they definitely stepped it up, and especially in terms of mobility and denying you guys that center control. What strategies did you employ in that second round? How did you have to adapt to Moonshiners' game plan?
Well, for me, I need to learn to stay back a little bit. I play a little too aggressive sometimes, so that definitely didn't help me any. But also, my mind says if I can get up there and do as much damage, maybe someone else can get them. Take him out. I know I was running with him a little bit, and we were both kind of alternating a little.
Yeah, really, and what it says more so, honestly, is about the adaptability of Moonshiners being such a flexible, versatile team.
With a sub.
Yeah,
with the sub. Nate the Great, I told you to show up. I was hoping you were going to be here.
If they had their full team, they probably would have won that 1 kill difference to you.
Yeah.
They might have even won the first one, too. Who knows?
But unfortunate that Nate the Great wasn't able to make it, but they did play with a sub, and they played hard. They gave you guys a run for your money in that second round, and honestly, in that third round, it came very, very close. Or they came very close to beating you guys. Let's talk about the search and destroy. What was your plan going into it? I know you guys probably talked about it throughout the week.
I didn't even know search and destroy until
we didn't even know what the game mode was until we got here.
For us on SWAT, it was kind of just find the bomb, and I seen them mad rush over there, and then it took us a while to get down there and actually defuse it. And then when we were terrorists, I was just the runner, so I got it there. We all sprinted there, and then group got it planted. They almost had it defused on the second match. They held the button down, and the SMG was saying he was spraying it and just happened to not get lucky enough. I killed him before he got the chance.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
That happens, and I think all of us here in the Tactical Tag League know that feeling of being on that bomb, holding down that button, and spraying into it, and it doesn't pick it up. Now, you guys took that match quite handily, 4-0, and we're joined here now by Chris, the tournament organizer. That was an exciting, fun match. Are there any other exciting, fun matches that you guys have planned for this league? Or maybe for the tournament, any teams that you guys are looking forward to play, or modes that you guys are looking forward to playing?
As for teams, everyone's kind of, all the teams are kind of a challenge in their own way, I guess. Moonshiners runs around, Contractors is pretty tactical, Bad Batch, they've still got that new aspect, so they're kind of unpredictable, I guess. And so all the teams are kind of challenging in their own aspects. So
they definitely have different strategies, each one of them. So it's one of those things that you can't just use the same strategy every week.
Absolutely, and there are 4 teams playing this season, and they are each archetypical. I think they each represent their own strategies, and they're each strong in their own way. I'm looking forward to seeing the other combinations of games to play and the other modes that we're going to play moving forward, and especially looking forward to the tournament. That'll definitely be exciting.
I am excited for Heist. Heist is a fun one.
Yes. I got to steal this guy. He's our range master, and we have a site that needs to be sighted in. Awesome Possum knocked it on something, so
probably all the enemies he killed.
So it looks like that weapon needs to be sighted in, so they've stolen the range master back. Fear. So, and is there anything that you wanted to add, local liability, before we close out this interview? Is there anything you wanted to add in particular?
Not off the top of my head, honestly. It's kind of, the season goes different from the tournament. Everyone, the season's kind of just practice for the tournament, so we'll see what happens.
Right. And, all right. Well, we look forward to seeing you play in the tournament, and we look forward to all of the exciting games ahead of you guys. You guys are an awesome team. Arguably, one of the best, if not the best, here at the Tactical Tag Arena. So, props to you, and thank you for joining us for this interview. Thanks for giving the audience your time, and thanks you guys for tuning in. We'll be right with you in just a few minutes with the next game. Don't go anywhere. Drop a like, drop a comment, or drop a subscription if we've earned it.
Shut up.
All right, everybody, we are back. Gearing up for Bad Batch versus Contractors. Now it looks like they're still getting some things set up over there. So we are going to need just a little bit more time. In the meantime, go ahead and drop a like, a comment, or a subscription if we've earned it. We definitely read those comments, so if you have any suggestions, let us know. Or if you'd like to get involved, check us out on our website at tacticaltag.com or find us on Facebook at Tactical Tag Yakima.
He's gonna practice not doing med kit because he feels like he's giving it too much attention and taking away from his kids. I really hollered for him.
I'll look fast.
All right, everybody, we're into it, but it looks like we are going to be one camera down. Contractors versus Bad Batch. Unfortunately, we are not going to have Nugs gameplay for this first round. We're going to get that fixed in between rounds, but Contractors off to an early lead, going to score the first couple of kills before Stoner Dylan fires back with a kill of his own. Bad Batch looking to get their first win today. Contractors off to an early lead, but Bad Batch definitely has been planning for this one.
I got 3 left. 3 left.
We'll see what tricks they have in their bag. In the meantime, Cornelius getting into a gunfight on the left-hand side. Trouble for Bad Batch. Cornelius absolutely slaughtering Nugs, Civilitan, and Stoner Dylan, being forced back. Stoner Dylan reduced to 10 hit points, bleeding out right now. Looks like Stoner Dylan is going to go down, just barely healing in time to survive, actually. Taking a look over at the Contractors scoreboard, they are up 9 to -3. Unfortunately, we don't have Bad Batch. We don't have a camera for Bad Batch at this time. We are going to get that fixed in between rounds. Right now, Cornelius holding down that middle room from the back left corner of blue. Making sure to be in control of that ammo box. Catching multiple members of Bad Batch rotating down the blue stairs now. Maybe a flank that they decided to abandon, but Contractors are gonna go ahead and capitalize on that positional mistake. Now it looks like a couple members of Bad Batch still haven't moved from behind that L wall. We see Cornelius maintaining an angle on them. One member poking out now. It looks like Nug, whose camera has decided to return to us. Awesome. Nug's camera up now. Nug gonna make a push up those center blue stairs, but immediately knifed by Floor Slayer, who is waiting at the top on behalf of Contractors. Contractors holding on to a decent lead, but it's not that much. Honestly, Bad Batch need one solid team fight in order to steal the lead out from under Contractors. Top Gun's gonna go down to a member of Bad Batch. Stoner Dylan sporting a nice 3-0 KD ratio, doing a great job staying alive so far this round. Civilitan unfortunately knocked out again. Looking at Cornelius on the right-hand side. Or sorry, pushed up on the left-hand side, coming from blue spawn. Taking cover behind one of the barrels, Nug has opted to rotate around the right-hand side. Would have caught Cornelius in that fight, but cuts across the center room extremely quickly. Puts a couple shots on target, but rotates back behind the center wall again. Nug down to 25 HP after that exchange.
It's too late, I couldn't say anything. How many of you?
A little bit of action from Cornelius' side. Cornelius sent back with 0 HP. Taking a peek at Nug's camera. Nug and Owl taking cover behind the back left door. Civilitan sent to spawn again, sporting 3 kills, but unfortunately 7 deaths. Bad Batch in a troubled spot. Stoner Dylan doing a great job keeping the team afloat with a 4-1 KD ratio. Looking over at Contractors, their kill deaths are a little bit more spread out, and we are seeing the scores narrow. The score difference narrow by quite a bit. Bad Batch up to 9 points. Contractors stuck at 10. Top gun for Contractors with only a 3 and 2 kill death ratio. The Contractors doing better overall, but Bad Batch are pulling ahead now. Bad Batch up 12 to 10. Bad Batch unfortunately unable to squeeze out a win there.
Gary.
Or unable to squeeze out the edge from that fight. But Lethal Lily is up 2 kills with 0 deaths, and Owl up 1 kill with 0 deaths. And now we are seeing Bad Batch sporting positive KD ratios for the first time in a while.
Let's go.
Bad Batch playing this slower game of attrition. They decided it wasn't working out. They've now opted for a more pressure-oriented strategy, and you can see it's working. Nug pushing up the right-hand side. An interesting play from Bad Batch does catch one member off guard. Contractors strutting directly into the trap. Bad Batch up by about 2 kills. Contractors at 10 points. Less than 2 minutes left in the round. This is going to be the first round. Now in match 2, we could see quite a different result as the teams adapt their strategies. We're going to see which team is better at adaptation. It appears to be quite evenly matched in this first round. However, Bad Batch very slightly ahead, but it could be Contractors' game. Let's look over to Cornelius' camera on the right-hand side. The medic reaching for the med kit just in time to save Cornelius from that barrage. Zero pushing in and catching some shots, unfortunately getting knocked out.
Hey, keep holding back. Let him keep coming.
Forced to fall back. Cornelius rotates around the corner but pushes up into the front pocket of the center room. That's a powerful offensive position. And you see Nug now rotating around the right-hand side, opting to fight for that opposite pocket. Nug putting one shot on target that appeared to kill. Nug up 5-4 in KD ratio. Another slap to a Contractor. Nug doing a great job putting shots on target, being a constant threat, poking in and out with that shotgun. Some great communication from Bad Batch. We're going to take a look over to Contractors now as they're going to try to swing this match back in the final seconds. It looks like Cornelius pushes up and opts for some poke damage, but it's not going to be enough, and Bad Batch steals the first round out from under Contractors. Contractors were up by about 10 points in the beginning, but by the end, Bad Batch were up by 10 points. Bad Batch takes it 20-10.
What would you say?
Some interesting gameplay there. Bad Batch notably switching up their strategy halfway into the round to steal it. They were at first opting for a more defensive strategy that wasn't working out. And when they adopted a more pressure-oriented, push-focused strategy, they stole the match. Awesome job, Bad Batch. Awesome job, Contractors. That could have been anybody's game. They were really only one good team fight away from winning.
Good job.
Some excellent sportsmanship from all parties there. Now they're going to play another round of Team Deathmatch. Now, just a quick reminder as to the rules of Team Deathmatch. It is a head-to-head. The team with the most kills will win. Each 5-player team is going to have an assault, a support, a sniper, a demo, and a medic. The sniper will have a knife, the demolition will have a grenade, and the medic will have a med kit. Now, the med kit has 20 charges and is capable of healing everybody near it to full health, but those charges must be budgeted throughout the entire set, meaning they could use them all in the early rounds and have none for the search and destroy matches later. There will be unlimited respawns in the team deathmatch, all respawns active. It is going to be an 8-minute timer, and each kill is worth a 3-point swing, netting each team 2 points and subtracting 1 point from the team that died. So some exciting gameplay ahead of us here. Moving over to the players' cameras, you see they're gearing up for the next round. And the match start tone has sounded, and they're moving out to their spawns.
No, all right, sorry, Cindy, I'm here. Yeah, no, I had to get the next game started.
Yeah, I fish hooked myself in. At least one. Man, I've already died. I gotta make up for it. Now time to play on the hard side. Just keep going out by myself. Right. I did it. That's my fault. We got it. Well, we're gonna hold hands this time.
You guys hate each other now? Just leave me.
Let's get this next W, and then all we need is one more.
Alright, say it again, hold on.
Not yourself, dude. We just go. Oh, yeah.
Are we this way? Oh, you're there. So, stay back. Wait. Let's let him come to us again this time. Dylan, you watch that hallway. The hallway you're in, you just watch it.
Right side.
Don't peek that corner though, because that's a deadly corner. Lasers reflect off the white wall and you get hit whether you're peeking or not. Baron, you should not use the center window. Where are they at? Get him.
Multiple members of Contractors posted up on the left-hand side looking to make a push forward to that L wall. Nug has no idea he's looking at a death trap right now, and directly behind that angle are multiple members of Contractors. And you see Civilitan step into that angle and is instantly annihilated, and here comes the push. Contractors diving directly into the spawn. This is bad news for Bad Batch, who are quickly overwhelmed by a massive push by Contractors. Civilitan and Stoner Dylan are going to go down almost straight away. Owl and Nug reduced to very low HP, and the Contractors walk away with a win in that engagement.
Hey, come, Dylan, help me with left side. I got this angle.
Now, notably slower paced match. There's only been one significant engagement so far, but maybe not for long. More problems for Bad Batch. The Contractors are going to steal some more points. They're up 12 points now as one tries to sneak up the stairs. It looks like Zero tried to make a small push up the right-hand side directly into blue spawn, quickly cleaned up by the 3 members of Bad Batch that were waiting.
Can't be me. Sniper's behind the ammo wall.
Someone is waiting
on their team.
Bad Batch is down -5 to Contractors 12 points. You can see Cornelius posted there in the center room behind the wall, taking shots at Nug and Lethal Lily. Both positioned behind that stairwell wall. Nug behind the barrel and spawn now is in a little bit of trouble. You can see Owl keeping the spawn protected, but who knows for how long. Contractors can make another devastating push up the left-hand side, and it looks like they are gearing up to do so.
I need you to clutch up, Gary. I'm low health. Do you want to do that?
Abandoning that plan, Contractors going to rotate back to the center room. It looks like Cornelius wants to hold down that top side center room. That is the game plan. Nug and other members of Bad Patch opting to rotate downstairs. They're hiding behind the L wall on blue ammo. This is a popular spot for them. Nug quickly clearing the downstairs, but not cleared all the way. In the final corner is a member of Contractors. Zero, lying in wait, rushes Nug and knocks him out quickly with 60 health remaining. Civilitant went to rush, but it's not going to be enough. It looks like Civilitant is going to go down as well, and Contractors now have a sturdy lead over Bad Batch about halfway into this match.
Where are they?
Jake, you got an AR left.
Now, if I'm Bad Batch in this position, I'm definitely opting to take that top side center room. Contractors are definitely able to exert a massive zone of control from that area.
Coming down the left hallway. Coming down the left hallway.
In Bad Batch's position, they definitely need to move and retake that top side center room.
Sniper left blue stairs. Oh, I got one more coming down the left hallway.
Reloading.
Jake, somebody's down your hallway.
Stoner Dylan sent back to spawn directly in front of Doug, but respawns, or directly in front of Nug,
Sniper.
but respawns.
I got AR going down blue stairs.
Nug advancing up to the ammo box on the left-hand side. You can see Cornelius still opting to maintain control of that center room. Contractors have had control over that area for this entire match, and they're able to keep Bad Batch pinned down in spawn as a result.
Hold the forward position.
Gary.
Nug pushed up against that center room wall, unfortunately eliminated. Or unfortunately, Civilitant eliminated directly in front of Nug. Nug waiting for trouble, is gonna find it. It comes around the corner, and we're not sure if Nug was able to win that fight, but Nug certainly had to retreat. Bad Batch down to -7 points. The Contractors 28 points. We're gonna look at over at Cornelius's camera. Again, nothing terribly interesting happening, but Cornelius is again doing their team a massive favor by holding down that center room and just exerting that massive zone of control. Again, making it impossible for Bad Batch to advance upstairs. Cornelius advances into that back right L wall and is immediately knifed by Lethal Lily. Sent directly back to spawn. Bad Batch are going to get one fight going favorably, but they're going to need a few more if they want to win.
That sniper, man.
AR bottom left. AR bottom left.
Cornelius calls out the assault rifle on the bottom left. Nug up on the top left with the shotgun is able to suppress Cornelius from that position if he were to advance just a little bit, but who knows what angles they have on that position. Pushing up to that stairwell wall is very dangerous. There aren't many ways to retreat from there.
SMG left. Hey, you got an angle on the SMG?
Retreating back into the spawn when somebody is watching that angle will almost always net them some damage. Nug, however, able to make a graceful retreat back to the stairs. They only have 50 seconds left to make a comeback. Bad Batch is not going to be able to do it without some seriously aggressive plays in the immediate future. We're going to see Cornelius still maintaining control over that center room, sporting a 1-to-1 KD ratio. Nothing terribly exciting going on. Again, just doing a great job making sure nobody is able to move upstairs on behalf of Bad Batch. In the tactical tag arena, it cannot be overstated how important it is to maintain dominant control over the upstairs area, and you're just seeing Contractors exploit that here. Nug running out of ammo though.
That worked.
Directly in front of Floor Slayer.
Do it again. That worked.
Floor Slayer barely unable to reach Nug with the knife.
What's cool is the angle I'm covering.
A little bit of excitement there at the end, but it's not going to be enough to save Bad Batch from defeat. Contractors up 33 to Bad Batch's -6.
But I can call everybody out.
However,
No, the AR
there are still plenty of opportunities for Bad Batch to steal this win back.
Everybody coming down the left side.
If Bad Batch were to win both Search and Destroy matches and then the sudden death team deathmatch round, they will win the set. They still have an opportunity to make a comeback, but their doors are closing quick. they're going to have to plan hard for the search and destroy round.
Mano y mano. Mano y mano.
That'll work.
Oh man, you guys baited me into that. I was chasing him down and you were there with the, the knife. I was like, oh, I'm gonna finish him off. And then I ran into everybody. I was like, oh shoot. I know better.
All right, guys, who has not played Search and Destroy yet? You guys have played it?
Re-explain it, yeah. We played with these guys in practice, yeah.
That's right, okay. Okay, so SWAT team trying to stop them from activating the bomb. If the bomb is activated, SWAT team is trying to deactivate it after they find it.
Team mode, blast charge.
Terrorist team, your guys' job is to try to plant the bomb. Okay, you're gonna choose the location first, plant it, activate it, see it through the detonation. You have a 3 life limit. 3 lives and you are out. Gotta play it smart on this one. Now, the other thing that we're changing is you guys will have a designated bomb carrier and you guys will have a designated bomb tech. SWAT team will also have a designated bomb tech, okay? So you gotta make sure to keep them alive. If you don't keep them alive, then you're gonna lose. But remember the biggest thing on this is, guys, that the sensor to shoot is right here. And you never put the gun right up against any of our sensors if you're trying to shoot. You always want to be like at least 6 to 8 inches away. You also need to...
I think he has to go to the restroom.
Is he sick or something?
Yeah, we just scared the pee out of him.
Yeah. Remember, guys, you hold it for that 10 seconds, okay? Wait for it to get to the end, and then you only have a 3-second window to shoot it, or else you got to start this holding sequence all over again, okay? So it gets to the end, and then it says shoot to activation for 3 seconds, so you shoot it. If you don't shoot it by then, look, it says ready for activation again. You got to start that whole sequence all over again, okay? And remember, there's only one player who can activate and one player who can deactivate.
They have to be the different people, or can it be the same person?
They are different people.
Copy.
Who's the person that gets to press the button?
That's up to you. All right.
No, I meant like, what's the role? Like, there's bomb carriers that can only bomb tag press the button.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. All right, guys. Yeah, so there's like the transfer,
So
bomb
you
transfer.
have to swap whoever you choose to activate it for a deactivator on the other side when you switch?
No, that's up to
What?
you. Yeah, yes. The 2 scenarios are completely separate as far as roles.
So once they
All right, and there we are with the search and destroy rules. SWAT versus terrorist. Each player on these 5-player teams must run a different gun class. The terrorists must successfully plant a bomb within 2 minutes and see it through a 3-minute detonation. 3 lives, the terrorists spawn furthest from the plant site and the SWAT next furthest. If the bomb transport dies, they must set the bomb down immediately and it can then be retrieved later. The game time is 5 minutes, and this leads to some frenetic, fast gameplay or some slow, calculated gameplay. The 3 life restriction leads to some interesting play styles, and we're going to see some interesting gameplay here. The players are now in the planning phase. Let's go ahead and listen to what they have to say.
The bomb is activated, is it just over? Or
No, if they activate the bomb, we have like 5 minutes to try to deactivate it.
That's what I was thinking. If they activate the bomb, so it isn't that much of
But
an
we
issue
have to get it
if you
out of our
shoot
spawn to the point.
Wherever they put it,
Because I think last time we already had it set up there. No, we ran into it too.
We only spawn downstairs. Yeah, downstairs only spawns.
All right, so you guys...
And 3 lives, so we really need to be careful.
That's not
Okay, last time it was one guy.
He's carrying.
Okay.
Alright, since Marin's our sniper, we're gonna have her sitting on the bomb. Well, we have to just stop it. The only thing we need to do is kill them as they activate it. We need to
Do
get
they
it
just?
back.
Do they just
But
have
when
to
we're
hit the button
terrorists,
once
we're
to
gonna have Marin set
disarm
up
it,
a bomb
or?
with her
No, it's the
fucking
same.
knife.
Okay, okay. And once they do that, game over if they deactivate it.
And remember, guys, I have to manually end the scenario. So if the scenario is called, make sure that if you guys call a scenario, make sure that you make sure no one's ended. Okay? Don't false call it.
I just know that if we get caught by ourselves against one or two people,
Remember,
it's
as soon
over
as
for
we
me.
call it end, if you are still shooting, then your accuracy goes down. You kill one of your teammates, the game's over.
Right.
You're getting negative 4 XP.
If we can get another W, we'll go to sudden death tonight. All we have to do is win one more match because we already
Just
won.
know that if you guys are still shooting and stuff like that after the game is
All right, Marion, you ready?
Okay. So
Okay.
you guys are gonna be.
Oh, we go up there now? Oh, so are we putting it on the other side of the locker then?
Now we're going to run through it again for the uninitiated. Bad Batch have unfortunately lost the first 2 rounds, but they still have an opportunity to take the match if they were to win both upcoming search and destroy rounds, and then the team deathmatch sudden death round that would ensue. They will take the match. However, Contractors only need to win one of the upcoming 2 rounds in order to take the set. Now the planning phase is just about over. The players are being
Hold it together, Marion. You got this.
set to start.
That's okay. That's okay.
Let's call out anybody that's come rushing.
The clock you see ticking down on the scoreboard now is actually also ticking down on each of the players' weapons, giving them an idea as to how long before the match starts.
We're running out of time.
Those weapons actually provide a number of interesting bits of information on a small display on the side.
They have to come upstairs. Jill and Marin, you sweep the right side.
Including magazines and current health. Speaking of health, though, Nug is looking to steal some. Pushing directly across the top straight away, looking for any stragglers, not going to find any. Bad Batch trying to play defense here. Contractors need to plant and hold it. Now, they have it planted behind the lockers downstairs in front of Blue Spawn, and that is a pretty solid spot. It's not terribly hidden, but it's not the first place you'd think to look. There are other places in that general area
They're at this ammo downstairs.
that are often considered to be better spots to hide the bomb. The bomb being placed there is actually quite tricky because it's not going to be the first place they think to look.
Yeah, it's at ammo down It's at ammo down there.
If you're Bad Batch and you don't know where the bomb is yet, which it doesn't sound like they do,
Aaron, just point through here and try to shoot them.
if you're Bad Batch in this scenario, you just see a bunch of contractors down there, but you have no idea where the bomb is at this point. You just probably have an idea that it's in that general vicinity.
I think they got the bomb activated.
Now Contractors sitting in place, doing a great job defending their bombs so far. Cornelius and Hermie the Elf picking up a kill on that first engagement down the stairs. Bad Batch having a little bit of trouble getting in.
Hey, do we have any more med
Come to us.
packs?
Don't poke your head out.
Nug knocked down the low HP, asking for a medic. No medic in sight. Owl fires off the heal on the other side of the map. Nug able to run across the map and claim it. Nug getting one gigantic shot on somebody on the bottom of the stairs. That's 50 damage. You don't want to peek the shotgun in a situation like this. Nug gonna get another slap for 50 damage. Massively tanky Nug is able to just walk out of that situation without dying, but they're running out of time. They need to disarm that bomb very soon. The Contractors are doing a great job holding it down. Who knows if Bad Batch actually knows where the bomb is. It is on Nug's left, but he doesn't know that it's there. Nug passes the bomb there. Nug sees it. Nug's now able to report to the team where the bomb is. They have maybe a minute to pull this off. Looking over at Contractors, the bomb is still down there and defended heavily. Cornelius rushing down the stairs, putting shots on target and eliminated again almost immediately. Unfortunate.
Hey, Gary, he's going to spawn right behind you.
That's Cornelius's first death. Looking over at Nug, who's only died one time as well.
I was like, how am I gonna get out of this pickle?
That is going to be the end of the match. Unfortunately, Bad Batch not able to disarm the bomb.
Yeah, good job.
Contractors are going to take round 3.
You guys kept us pinned upstairs. You couldn't get downstairs.
And with it, the victory from Bad Batch. Good job, Contractors.
It was tough getting out of blue spawn.
Well played, Bad Batch. Now, there is still one more round going to be played. They are going to switch sides and play the match again just for scorekeeping, record-keeping purposes. But as far as the league is concerned, Contractors have won this match.
Dude. Have you guys? Hey.
And again, we are going to jump directly into the planning phase. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Well, I think we should put it somewhere that we can easily defend, but in a spot also too
Well,
where
you get the help back.
if we get pushed
But
off
dude,
the bomb,
have you
we
noticed
can hit
we've
them
been
from
playing
above.
like less aggressive and better just by holding the middle of something.
Same place they did it?
Or like all the angles we're covering.
Yeah, it
like
was
he
right
had
here
the
under the
stairs, they
ammo.
couldn't sneak down there. They had to rush
Was it?
down that one. The knife was
Oh,
there. Like
maybe I saw it wrong.
those cross angles, we might not get the kills. So we're getting like Russian, but we're not dying.
I might want to try that spot with fucking Moonshiners.
We want to keep the stairs on our advantage, so we'll want to start.
Well,
with it.
even-
So it's going to be on this half of the map somewhere.
You got communication, you can see everything, and they got to
Well, last time we did this, we won when we put it over there.
Dude, and then
Not
like
by
I didn't have the
ammo, but
range.
this
I
side
kept
of the
getting
wall.
cheap shots, but stepping back to where they can't see my head, they have to come down the stairs. They
Right
100% have to.
Yeah, this wall. It'll be right here.
Dude, I really wanted to like shoot after some of those guys taking cheap shots at me, but I was like, I'll just sit back. Come to me.
Can that be the
Come to
same
me.
person or no?
Kind of sucks we lost the first game.
Gary?
But
Or-
they got one.
Yeah, Gary.
No, that's good.
That
But
means
look at we
Yeah,
didn't
you
play
gotta-
as aggressive the second one, just smart, and look at the difference.
it's like an inch
And
away.
part of
I feel like matching their fucking paces. I feel like setting them up and fucking crush him when they come in.
But
These
with,
have to be
with the
above
other
your
teams,
ears.
we got to capture the middle and then get angles on them.
We're downstairs or upstairs?
Well, no, wherever we start.
Which means they're going to be spawning downstairs.
Stay quiet. Stay quiet.
We'll go down the right side.
Bad Batch opting for a stealthier strategy. Contractors going to have to play defense this round. Now, Contractors have taken the set, but Bad Batch have an opportunity here. Let's see what happens.
I think we need to have Marin and Jacob go down the left stairs, distract them, and then me, you, and Dylan are just going to rush this right side. You guys
Yeah,
gotta
we only
walk
have 3
across
lives.
If
We
you
only have
can.
3 lives.
Well, so do they. They only got 3 also.
Do you guys want
You
to stay
have
up
to
top and
activate.
take cheap
We
shots?
got 5 seconds.
Ready? Okay.
Bad Batch have one shot at redemption with this round. Meanwhile, Contractors have a chance to prove their dominance.
Be careful.
Sniper right, stay back.
Right here. Do it.
Bad Batch planting the bomb. Nug gonna get into a
Going down.
A little bit of a scuffle at the side of the bomb plant.
He's going around back.
Calls out the enemy of retreat. Bad Batch in the middle of planting the bomb.
Did we not get it?
Oh, it definitely does look like that bomb is ticking.
I didn't know that.
Get down here.
Oh, we got fucked up.
Hector, cover the left stair again. I'll cover
Bad
the
Batch
far side.
unfortunately completely eliminated. That's going to give Contractors free reign to push in and disarm the bomb if they're able to.
Hey, somebody cover the blue.
All the Contractors piled up on the bomb. Nug and the rest of Bad Batch need to push in immediately in order to avoid the bomb being disarmed. Nug able to eliminate one member, pushing in and shooting Cornelius quickly, rotating around the back of the barrels and getting in trouble with another member of Contractors, shooting them as well.
Hey! Come down here. Come down here. We have to protect it now. You have heals?
Now it looks like the bomb has been planted. Maybe Contractors were unable to get the disarm. Apparently so. Bad Batch are still protecting the bomb.
Gary, pull back, pull back. You're almost dead. Heal up.
You can see on Owl's med kit they are running dangerously low. Over on the scoreboard we can't see any of the deaths. We don't know how many people have, or which people have how many lives right now. That is an unfortunate technical glitch. Hopefully we'll get that sorted soon. Nug trading on the left-hand side, just spraying with that shotgun as fast as possible before being sent back. Contractors boasting a nice score lead. Bad Batch could be running out of lives.
Oh, you activated it?
And that is going to be it.
Oh, it wasn't activated.
It does look like Contractors were able to disarm the bomb, and that is going to be a 4-0 performance by Contractors. 2 4-0 performances today. We saw Infra-Red 4-0 over Moonshiners. And then just now, Contractors pull out a nice 4-0 win over Bad Batch. Shout out to the Contractors and shout out to Bad Batch for a fantastic game.
Oh.
Now that's all we have for the gameplay for you guys tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to see if we can get a post-match interview in for you shortly, so stay tuned for that. Again, if you like the content that you're seeing, drop a like, a comment, or a subscription. It really does help us out. If you'd like to get more involved, check us out at tacticaltag.com or Tactical Tag Yakima on Facebook or YouTube. Hello everybody, I am joined by members of both Bad Batch and the Contractors. Welcome to our post-match interview for the final match of the evening, Bad Batch versus Contractors. Bad Batch, you guys fought hard. I know you guys were looking for your first win. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get it tonight. Let's get some of your initial thoughts from the match. But first, let's have you introduce yourselves.
No, Bad Batch.
Cornelius, Contractors.
Zero, Contractors.
Civilitant, Bad Batch.
Awesome. Some great players here tonight, everybody. So let's ask Nug first. What are your immediate thoughts after that match? I know you wanted you were looking for your first win going in. What happened? Let's talk about how your feelings immediately after it.
I mean, like always, we just like to come down here and have fun. So I mean, whether we win or lose, I mean, it's nice to win, but if we lose, it is what it is, and we can just try to improve and get better for the next game. But we actually, so there's 4 games per match every night. We haven't won a single match like this season at all. We've lost every single game. So we did get 1 W tonight.
You did. You got
our
a
first
round.
team deathmatch. So that was exciting for us.
That's right. You did get.
There's improvement there, and that's what made us happy.
Awesome. Yeah, and you know what? That's right. Let's talk about. I think I misquoted that as a 4-0, but you did in fact take that first round.
Right.
So let's talk about that then. What was the plan going into it?
Match their aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Play as hard as they're playing.
Absolutely. And the Contractors, you guys did an awesome job as well in all 4 rounds. Let's talk about your game plan going in. What conversation was going on before the match, or what conversations are going on maybe between the team members immediately leading up to a match at Tactical Tag?
Usually we talk it out. That first one we didn't talk that good. I got fished in. I kept going out by myself and just getting killed. We're starting to try to cover, like as we push ahead, cover angles so we can see who's coming, get a little crossfire so nobody has to go one-on-one with anybody.
Right.
Get a little backup.
And so having each team member cover multiple angles and exerting greater zone of control is important. Like you said, team shooting is very valuable. It does cause that valuable bleed damage that slows down health regeneration as well. Yeah. Oh.
Well, I taunted them before the match. They have a map set up, and I put my name down, and that Cornelius and me were going to score off. And that's more than likely what got him to come after me a lot. So, kudos.
Yeah, definite kudos. Some amazing gameplay from both teams. What was the standout moment of the match from each of you guys? We'll go ahead and start with Nug and go around.
Taking that W in the second team deathmatch. Or first team deathmatch.
It was the first one, I think.
Easy.
That was exciting for us.
Yeah.
The second match, instead of going as aggressive as we normally did, we just tried to play a little smarter and, like I said, work on those angles.
Mm-hmm.
And it did a lot better without having to just run like we normally do.
Right, and to add to your point, like the pace of that game notably was a lot more comfortable, I think, for both teams. There was a lot less scramble and there was more trading going on. It was a battle of attrition. Very exciting stuff to watch. I'm definitely gonna, I watch these again in post. I'm definitely gonna watch that with a smile on my face afterward. It's always cool to watch you guys go at it. Yeah. How about you?
I started a bomb and then I defused a bomb, so that was pretty strange.
Oh yeah, definitely. On longest 10 seconds.
I thought because we didn't get it armed, and we both died, so we ran upstairs, and then we came back down. I can't remember who I killed, but I killed somebody, and I looked and I saw the bomb was armed, and I was like, oh, we got it. So we got to defend it.
Did you guys wait? Did you?
Yeah, you
armed it. I thought I defused it, but that was not the case.
So they didn't. Okay, so I was a little bit confused as to what happened there as well. But so you guys came down and put the bomb down, and then didn't arm it.
Nope.
And then ran upstairs because you got pushed off of it, and then they armed it, thinking they were disarming it, and then you guys came back down.
Defended
it, and then they came back and disarmed it.
Yep.
Amazing. That's funny stuff.
Pretty impressive on
that. They got us pretty good.
That's awesome. Is there anything you guys wanted to add before we close out this interview? It's I think let's see, it's 8:04 p.m. We're running a little bit short on time here. Is there anything you guys wanted to add before we close this out?
Yeah, any viewers that want to come out and try it, come down next league season and join up.
Absolutely. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming down to the Tactical Tag League and playing. You guys are fantastic. Win or lose, it's awesome to see you guys come out here and have fun. This is awesome. You know, I love doing this. I love watching you guys have fun and commenting on it. This is the coolest thing, you know, for a lot of us here. So thank you very much for being a part of it. There's a lot of work that goes in to make this possible. Thank you so much to the sponsors and to the viewers for making this possible as well. If you like the comment, or if you like the content and you like what you're seeing, drop a like, a comment, or a subscription. And if you'd like to check us out some more, check out our website at tacticaltag.com or on Facebook or YouTube at Tactical Tag Yakima. Again, my name's Flowstep. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.